This is Bob, frustrated fisherman, and I'm going to go over a couple of things here today. I just wanted to touch on. One of the things, you've seen it before in some of my other tapes here, my other videos, is what happens to your line when you get an abrasion with the fish now. The other thing I want to stress is, especially in our Arizona lakes right now, we're having a problem with quagga mussels. They're very invasive. They get into everything. They're a very, very bad thing for our waterways. Now, they're trying to control the spread of them. Be sure that when you pull your boat from the lake or wherever, wash it down, pull off all of the hydrilla, any kind of weeds that you have, any mud you have, rinse it off, get it off there, and make sure you allow your boat, including the motor and that, to dry. You want to kill these things off. You don't want to take them to another lake. Always pull your plugs and drain your live wells, drain your bilge. Okay. I got into a little bit of quagga a little bit ago, and I don't know if you can see these, if they'll show up real well, but it abraded my line here, a whole bunch of it right there, and just kind of tore up the line a little bit because I was fishing Carolina rig on the bottom, pulling across some areas, and I actually had just a big old bundle of knot of this quagga mussel on my lure here. You've got to watch this stuff. You want to pay attention to it. You don't want to get it into your boat and take it somewhere else. Okay? That's the first thing. Next, I was thinking, I all the time see people, they're out here, they're catching fish out here, wherever. They're out fishing. We hook up on a nice fish. We pull that bad boy in. Now all of a sudden we have the fish lipped, and we still have our pole in our hand, and we're going, what do I do with my pole? Do I just throw it down on the floor here? What do I do with it? I'm not going to hang on to it because I want to take my fish off and look at it. Well, it hit me the other day that the use of rod holders is perfect for this. Now, I don't know if you have a solid one that angles out. It's probably not. Mine allow me to adjust them, and I can stand them straight up. So what I do with mine is, when I take my fish off, I take my rod and I shove it into a rod holder and just let it sit there. Now it's out of the way. I haven't thrown it on the floor. I haven't done anything to get it in my way. I can do the same thing if I'm casting out and I'm throwing a top water. I get a hit and a miss, and I decide to change to a different rod. Instead of just throwing my rod down, I can put it in a rod holder, grab my other bait, and go at it and do my follow-up. It just makes sense. If you have the adjustable ones, it works. You know, we're out here fishing one way or the other for either bass or striper, catfish, whatever. We have our rod holders here for a reason. They have another reason, just to use them as a holder to keep that rod out of your way when you're fishing. Matter of fact, I just saw one bust right there. But at any rate, use your rod holders. Think outside the box. Most of us don't think of that. We throw our rods down. Use the rod holder. It's going to get a little shaky because I'm going to turn this so you can see what I mean by using my rod holder. Here it is. I think you can see it now. All I've done is I've tilted the rod holder up, closed the upper secure valve on it, and then when I want to put my rod down, I just drop it in there. It's out of the way. I still have my fish in hand. Okay? Alright, well, hopefully this isn't too shaky, made some sense to you. Think outside the box and do things that will make it easier for you. Because the last thing you want to do is throw your rod down and, God forbid, you step on it and break it in your excitement. Okay? Alright, thanks.